Well, for us, it's actually a really intellectually challenging exercise, because what you have just mentioned is the part on full reserves versus fractional reserves, which would effectively prevent the commercial banking sector from running money multipliers, from lending out to the economy and creating deposits. That's the one side of it. But I think the Swiss are about to introduce, or are voting on the introduction of, a very different notion of what we label as money too. The concept of a debt-free money is one that would be completely new. So the way we think about money today is in terms of a financial asset, a unit of account. So for someone it's a liability, for the other one it's an asset, and it all evens out. If you talk about debt-free money, effectively you turn money in a real asset. It becomes a good. So there is no counterpart on the original balance sheet, and I think that is an additional layer of innovation that would come with a yes vote that we would yet need to start to understand. So you have, on the one hand, the potential end to the fractional reserve banking, meaning that the commercial banking sector would no longer be able to use sight deposits to lend out to the economy. That could increase the cost to the saver, because you would need to attract savings. You would need to get people to actively take out their sight deposits, invest it in an alternative structure that would then bear risks. But also it raises questions about how would an SNB under Vollgeld, under debt-free money, distribute new money supply. Yes.
Absolutely quite extraordinary. We've got another question from our correspondent here.
So my question to you is, look, it's unlikely this is going to pass according to polls, but it would, I would imagine, create a very large amount of uncertainty in the markets. What type of reaction would you expect from equities and from the currency as well?
It's a very tricky question. If we had our colleagues from the FX strategy team had a look at that, and the currency market in Switzerland is currently rather looking actually at what's happening in Italy in the euro area. So we're back in a situation in which really spreads in the euro area seem to dominate over the Swiss developments. What I would flag here is that even if the vote were to go through, and as you said, at the current instance this looks quite unlikely, the SNB policy wouldn't change overnight. The government would have 2 years to actually implement this reform that would give room to possibly mollify it a little bit, to work around it. You can imagine alternative structures to really make sight deposits 100% safe. So what I would expect to happen is, if you were to see a sharp appreciation in the franc, because foreign investors were seeking to hold more of that, I would expect the SNB to just continue doing exactly the same thing that they're doing now, FX interventions, and thereby keeping markets and the FX in particular stable.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.